Hey guys, we are glad you're here for another wonderful, powerful podcast when we're actually going to be talking about financial literacy for seniors. We have our wonderful money coach, Mary RN, and myself that's going to dive in deep. So, Mary, what do you think?
I can't wait for this subject, David. I think it is so very important.
We're going to have a blast on it.
We usually do.
So, we're both in the financial realm. It's very easy with finances. And it's ideal to get everything in place because with a coach, you can become debt free in about a year and a half.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And with the same intense Genzel attitude, you can become a millionaire in 5 to 10 years with a coach. Now, you pretty much have to be doing that before you're a senior because you have to have time to build it up.
Right.
However, any time is better to start now than, oh, it's too late. And I love seniors. We all get there eventually. The problem is everybody likes to take advantage of them.
Ooh, that is so for sure. I know so many who have, for want of, they get scammed
Hmm.
because I don't know how people sleep at night when they know they're taking advantage of somebody who is less knowledgeable. The wisdom is there, but maybe the knowledge is not there about a certain subject.
Hmm.
And to prey on that vulnerability, shame on you.
Yeah. And
Shame on you.
I'm just going to call a YouTuber out. There's three of them that I know, but there's one of them that's my favorite. And I'm not calling him out in a bad way. I'm promoting him.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of people that like to do scams and they'll call
Mm,
you, they'll do all this kind of stuff, and they don't care about you at all.
no.
They just want your money. And they'll say whatever they can say. Now, people are getting wise. So, hey, Mary, your son just got into an accident. Um, don't try calling him because, he's going to jail. He needs money to get out of jail. So you need to post that bond. So if you give me $10,000 right now, I'll release him and then you can pick him up. And so many people get so scared that they fall into it. However, people are starting to catch up because as soon as they hang up the phone, they're going to call, let me call my son, hey, and then they realize. So that scam is not working as well.
This mama bear has him on location, so I would know where he is.
Hmm. However, they love to try to scam you anyway.
Oh, yeah,
Have
I
you ever
do.
gotten those emails? Um, you've been charged 480, your
Oh, yes.
$485 charge was successful to McAfee or Microsoft or
Mhm.
whatever.
Right.
And one, it's like you don't have that service. For instance, I get them all the time. I don't
Mhm.
use McAfee,
Right.
and I'll get that McAfee's charge went through. And they have, if you have any issues, give this number a call.
Mhm.
Which that number is not McAfee, has
Nope.
nothing to do with McAfee.
Nope.
But when you call them, they're going to log into your computer, and they're going to steal money from you.
Mhm.
They'll manipulate it and make it look like you've got more money, and then you have to send that money back to them.
Yeah.
Well, there's a YouTuber that I really love. They're called Scammer Payback.
Mm.
And they're actually a group of hackers, and they get into these companies. They hack, when they go into their computer, they're actually using a virtual machine, so it's not their real machine. When they go in, they reverse it and go back into them, and they put viruses and bugs on them. They shut their computers down. I love it. And
Good
they
on you.
even will work, like if they're somewhat local, they'll actually work to stop contact the senior or whatever. But these companies prey on seniors. Now, the
They do,
younger
absolutely.
people, they know the difference. They're like, nah, I don't pay for McAfee, you know. And if hey, you've been charged $485. Well, let me look at my bank. Nope, not that bank, not that bank, not this credit card, not that credit card. I don't
Right.
know what they charge. Let them have it.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
But a senior, they're scared, like, oh my gosh, I only get $1,000 a month. I need
Mhm.
every single bit. What do you mean you charge me
Right,
$485?
right.
If they look at any of the statements, they won't find that charge, but they get scared, and so they prey on the seniors. And you'll see episodes where they give them like 10, 20, 50,000. I mean, they're going through the savings
Yeah, oh
trying to
yes,
get that money
yes,
back.
yes.
So that's why I love companies that actually protect them,
Correct.
you know? So now it's funny because the guy actually has green hair or blue hair, and I love it because it's different. I would not do that, but my brother did it at one time. Every 2 weeks he changed his hair color,
Mm.
and it wasn't a normal hair color. It was just to be different.
Yeah.
But I'm giving a shout out to Progi on Scammer Payback, and I normally don't give shout outs, but he
Well,
protects the seniors.
yes. Anybody who protects our beloved seniors deserves a shout out. There's some wisdom running around these brains. I am a senior, so I'm calling myself out. So go ahead and take care of me. Um, Anybody who does that, they do deserve a shout out
Yes.
because that's how we are supposed to be in this world. We're supposed to look out for one another,
Yeah.
not do what these people are doing. I got scammed last year and I poo pooed it for a long time. I'm thinking, oh, I'd hear the stories and I'm thinking, um, that's, you didn't recognize that? Well, guess what? I didn't recognize it.
Yep. Well, the biggest key is, and I'm glad you said that. We're all human. We are well trained on seeing these different things.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get that confidence. Well, I can't get scammed because I know what I'm doing, but we're human too. And because we have that false sense of security, because we think we know what we're doing, we could
Mm-hmm.
still get scammed.
Oh,
Now, it's
absolutely.
harder to scam us,
Yeah.
but we could still get scammed.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm 100% with you. And, I'm just going to say it like this. One of the ways that I do to protect myself, I'm on a site that there's a lot of people that like to scam people. And of the I'm one of the people that help out in that site. So, I always tell people I'm not going to buy your crap
Mhm.
because now don't get me wrong, some of it's good.
Right.
However, it's hard to tell the difference. So it's like you want to network with people, you want to do things, but you also have to be
Yep.
very careful. And
That's for sure.
I can't be doing 100 different businesses. I'm a coach. That's my primary. It was funny. I was meeting with this one guy, and he looked at my website and he was like, "Oh, you sell a CRM?" Yeah, but that's not my primary. He's like, "Oh, I thought that was your main business." Okay, so my coaching is like this big, and then down here I had small sections of other things that I also offer.
Yeah.
CRM, different things like that.
Right.
It was definitely difference in size, but for some reason he still called that as my main priority, and I'm like, okay, so let me change that. Let me make it smaller.
Mhm. Right.
You know, me and you both, we're coaches.
Right.
That is our primary. Now, any coach is not just a coach. We are a coach, plus we're a center of resources. One of my favorite books, and I know this is your favorite too, Atomic Habits.
I love that book.
As coaches, we change habits.
Mm.
We're not a get rich quick scheme. We're not going
Nope.
to give you $1 million. We're not going to show you how you can turn whatever. No, we change habits. Just like when you go into the military, they strip you down to nothing so they can build you up.
Mhm.
Atomic Habits is one of the best books for habit forming.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest books we recommend to people.
Absolutely.
Now, when I'm in my office, I always have extra books. Yes, I'll sell one. Now, I sell them at what I buy them for. I don't care. I'm not there to make a profit on it.
Right,
It's just a
right.
resource. If not, I tell you how to get them.
Mhm.
And spoiler alert, I have cheaper ways of getting them than going to a retail store.
Right.
We are financial coaches. We're going to help you
What we
financially.
do.
So, yeah, you can buy the book for, I think it's 20, 25 or $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the way me and Mary can get you a book, it's $5,
Yep.
you know? And it's just like new. So it's not like you're getting a used book. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We know tricks like that. That's why you get with coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So it is key, especially our seniors. Because the one thing I love about seniors? They lived in the back days.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of history. They've
Mm-hmm.
gone places, they've done things. They have a lot of wisdom we can learn off of.
Wisdom.
We go into history class to learn history. Why do we want to learn the history of whatever? Because one thing, if you look at time, history always repeats itself. Back in
Except
the
for the poodle skirt. I had this discussion the other day. The
That
poodle
may
skirt has
still
not come,
come. For
has not yet.
instance, what I was just going to say is floods, where your pants are tight and then all of a sudden they get really big
Yeah.
and come
Yeah.
down. Some people call them bell bottoms,
Bell bottoms.
floods, whatever you call them. They're actually starting to come back.
They are.
Um, so it's funny. History always repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we learn history so we know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
So seniors, they have a lot of wisdom. And it was funny. I was talking to one person and they were like, "Oh, you sure know a lot. You've done a lot." Well, I've been around a long time. Somebody that's been around a long time and they know this little bit of information, where have they been? Were they under a rock or something?
Right. Right.
Anybody that's been in this earth a long time should have a lot of information. Now, I have a lot of information that is completely different than you, Mary. You have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of information that is completely different from me. We both have a lot of information that is equal. We know each other, same information we know from each other. One of our longtime favorite guests that we have in our room, Mr. Aaron. He has a lot of information. Matter of fact, a lot of times I'm jealous for him. I wish I could be on the waves. Just half the time he is. So, you know, we have to support our seniors because they guide us, they lead us. One of my favorite movies, for anybody that knows, Star Wars. Now, I always relate in Star Wars with coaching. So, Yoda is who I am. I am just a guide. You are Luke. You come to me for guidance, I show you the way, and you become the champion that you are. I am just your guide. So I love putting myself in Yoda's place because that's all he was, as a guide, right?
Right.
That is what all of us coaches are. We are not the superhero,
Nope.
you are. And we are here to help you get your victory.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the information we have comes from seniors. One of the greatest things I use from an old book. Matter of fact, it's only about this big. Think and Grow Rich.
Mm-hmm.
You want to become poor? Stick around the poor. You want to become
Mm-hmm.
rich? Stick around the rich. Now, another book later on says the the five people you hang out with the most today is going to be what you become 5 years from now. It's key. Be careful who you're around. Now, I
Right.
stick around Mary because I want Mary to rub off on me. I want to learn from her. I stick around Aaron because once you guys get to know Aaron, he's phenomenal.
He is.
He has an easy coast way, right? He's just chill. Man, I go on the waves. And matter of fact, one day we're going to be in Hawaii enjoying it. He can show us the way, he can show us
Okay.
all the right places to go, the right food to eat. And we also got this new podcast, debating podcast. And he's going to be on that podcast talking about pineapples. Right, Aaron?
Pineapple?
Now, just because you add pineapple, don't make it Hawaiian.
True.
So, Mary, not about yourself, but what is the biggest piece of information that you have gotten from a senior citizen?
Cherish the time you get to spend with people.
Wow, that's powerful. I'm going to take that information. I cherish the time I spend with you, Mary. Aaron, I cherish the time I spend with you. And for the other 6 guests that's here, whoever you are, I cherish the time that we spend. How little or long it is. Because every single person in my life, I take a little bit from.
Mhm.
Some of the good traits that they have rub off on me. Matter of fact, I've always said, take your mess, turn it into a message, your lemons turn into lemonade. Somebody was doing a speech for me to kind of like describe me a little bit. And they said something really cool. I says, I'm going to use that because I love, for anybody that knows me, I love throwing humor in things. I love to crack jokes, just make a little bit of lightness because that's what makes it even better. So they took my normal thing, take lemons, make lemonade, add a splash of humor to make a cocktail of resilience. I was like,
Mm,
wow,
good.
I
Yeah, I like
love
that.
that.
Hmm.
Ever since they said that, I've used it many times because I love it. And it's me. It literally
Right.
is. So I use it. Now, I have a personal testimony that I'd like to share. And then I want your feedback on it, Mary. Um, my, I had somebody that was very close to me that was a senior citizen that um, tried to do the right things. And I went through all the financial courses and learning what you need to do, all that kind of stuff, just like you did. And as I was
Mhm.
going through it, was telling them on what they need to do and stuff like that, really trying to help them out. And they thought they were doing the best thing possible. And they seen this ad on TV, and
Mm.
they got hooked up with this company for life insurance.
Oh.
Now it's the exact opposite that we teach, and very good reason why. Because this company particularly favors seniors. They
Mm.
write plans for seniors because they don't have to pay out. In their clause, there's a lot of clause in there, so they don't have to pay out to seniors.
Oh.
But they have a really cheap plan, and it never goes up. So it attracts a lot of seniors because most seniors are on a very limited budget.
Income. Hmm.
So they had gotten this life insurance plan, and they were excited because all their funeral costs, everything like that, it's going to be taken care of, because they had gotten it for, I think it was $20,000. They passed away, and when they passed away, they had paid. Don't quote me on the exact figure, but I want to say it was like close to just under $2,000 is what they paid in the monthly premiums.
Mm.
Guess how much they paid?
Mm.
They only paid $300.
Oh,
That didn't even cover anything.
no.
Now, they thought everything was going to be taken care of. They were like, okay, I did a good thing. No, because this company preys on the seniors because they don't have to pay out and they keep most of the money.
Shame on them.
So, and I'm not going to say the company's name, but what do you think about something like that, Mary?
I just said it. Shame on them. I don't know how people sleep at night doing that,
Hmm.
knowing that they are preying on vulnerable people who may not have the wherewithal or the wisdom, or they convolute things so much you can't make sense of it. And it is definitely to distract you and to confuse you so that they get their money. I don't know how people like that sleep at night.
Yeah. Yeah, and you make a very good point, and I love it. Uh, I love Aaron's comment. Aaron says elderly people grew up in a time where they did not have many scammers, so they can trust people. So when you tell Mary, I'm going to tell you something. If you give me $10 a month, I will pay you $10,000 when you die. You're going to be taken care of. You don't have to worry about anything. So you think you're completely covered. You trust me.
Right.
You will never know any different. However, the people that take care of you after you're gone, they realize, crap, this was the worst plan in the world.
Right.
So I love that comment that Aaron said. Now, the
Mhm.
funny thing is, as financial coaches, Aaron, you, and myself, we actually instruct people not to take these kind of plans because the only um, life insurance you should get is what?
It's term.
Yeah, only you don't have money, but you want things taken care of. You get a term life, but it won't last long. It's going to last longer than you need it to. Because if you have a coach, 5 to 10 years, you'll be a millionaire. If you're a millionaire, you don't need life insurance.
Right.
You're self insured.
Yeah.
So it's only to get you until you have the money.
I think people get confused with that term because they think that they have to leave a legacy, and they don't understand that if you have the money, you don't need to leave the legacy. If I have a friend who couldn't get life insurance, they had to get a regular whole life policy. And I said, you can't you can't get life insurance, and you're not going to leave your kids are grown and out of the house. All you want is to have your funeral expenses taken care of. And they're like, oh, like, so you don't need like a $150,000 policy or anything. You just need a small policy to get your expenses taken care of so that doesn't fall to your children.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, oh,
Yep.
and people don't understand that once you get to a certain point when you have built your wealth, you keep it, you know, we have a term policy. When it expires, we're not going to renew it
Mm-hmm.
because we have set everything in place. We don't have to replace an income right now.
Yep.
So we are fortunate about that. So
Mm-hmm.
we had it for when it was needed. Had something catastrophic happen to one of us, the family was taken care of. But our children are grown now. And and they talk about apples and trees. My girls, when Ramsey talks about more is caught than taught, my girls caught it. They both um, they both got it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love that because like whole life, the reason they don't really pay anything is because most of that money goes to the insurance agent. They make bank. That's why they push those insurances like crazy
Oh,
because they
sure.
make bank off of it.
Right.
It just doesn't pay you.
Mhm.
So, especially with how the whole lives work, what do you think about instead of getting life insurance, if you can't qualify for term, what about getting an investment? Because that's all insurance is an investment. Getting an investment set up to take care of those costs for you. Plus, with an investment, it's not locked into restrictions. They can be used for whatever is needed.
Right. That was what I was going to talk to this particular person about, and they had already gotten this policy because I'm like, why don't we put something in an investment or in a high yield savings, something that your family can get to?
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, I found this policy. Okay.
And I don't know anything about that person or anything like that, but I'm going to say it's probably the same policy that the person I know ran into.
It is not.
Oh, okay.
Because I made sure I'm like, okay, if you're going to do this, ask to make sure you're taken care of. And
Okay, that's good.
all the criteria. It is not a term, but it is a good vehicle for that person to take care of their final expenses.
Okay, real good. Yeah, and one thing that I want to stress for all the people listening, there is no right or wrong way. There's a best way, a better way, and a good way.
Mhm.
The way that works for you may not work for somebody else,
Mhm.
but it's better for you to do something than nothing.
And nothing.
I used to own businesses. Well, I still do. And I used to be on, I'm still on several boards, but I used to be in several companies in different ways, shapes, and forms. One of the things I learned a long time ago with employees, and this is like the worst way to think of it, but it's the best way to think of it. When you have a garbage employee that you need to get rid of, but you keep him, why? Because at least he's a body. A body is better than no body.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you keep somebody until you can find somebody else. But people wonder, why do you have this crappy employee?
Right.
Well, because I don't have nobody right now.
Right.
And if you don't want to work 24/7,
Yeah. Do we keep them or do we put their responsibilities on you?
yeah. So, there's that philosophy. I have my brother, he works for, and I'm not going to say the company, but he works for a company, and he's a very good worker. He's been doing it for many years. Okay. Matter of fact, he used to work for one company. They closed up, went to another company, did so well that he was able to get a job with this company. And he's worked there long enough that he gets so much vacation, you know.
Okay.
But anyhow, when he takes a vacation, he goes back. It's a mess because the people that's doing his job when he's not there don't do his job.
Right.
He has a cushiony job because he's been working so long. He only works Monday through Friday. The people that work on Saturday and Sunday, which is busy times and should be done, they don't do anything.
Hmm.
What they do is they pull the shelves closest so it looks like it's full because they have to take pictures so they prove that they did their work because they don't actually work for the places they actually are. They work for a supplier.
Right.
And so they take a picture so it looks like it was finished, but all they did was pull the stock up. So one person comes and it looks like it's empty again. And the bosses know of this problem because the managers of these different stores, they complain, all this kind of stuff. They don't do nothing. Well, they get written up. Well, how many write-ups do they get? Hundreds, thousands, whatever. It don't matter. Why? Because they need a body. Now, they might be looking for somebody to replace them, but they still got a job until they can get replaced.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but that's the facts.
Yeah, it is facts. You know,
And I don't know about you, Mary,
absolutely.
But no matter where I go, when I lost a job or didn't have a job, I can easily get a job.
Mhm.
I was a workhorse. I'd go out there, I'd find a job. I'd be out there until I found one. People we have nowadays, I can't find work. Every single place, every corner, every business is looking for help. What do you mean you can't find a job? Well, they don't pay enough. A job is better than no job.
Mhm.
Well, the government's paying me this much, so they have to pay me at least more than that. If you're depending on the government, you're not going to live too good of a life.
Nope.
And so you want to get off the government because one, they make sure that you don't live a good life. Well, if you make too much money, we cut your benefits.
Yeah, that's craziness.
So you don't want to do anything because you have to keep under a certain amount.
Hmm.
Um, Back in the day, I used to know people that would have another baby just so they get more money. Now they
Hmm.
don't get that much more, but the money don't go to the kids anyhow, so they didn't care. The kids lived like crap.
Hmm.
Now they've started cracking down on that, but they still, if you have a lot of kids, they don't really care how you take care of your kids. If you got a lot of kids, we'll give you a lot of money.
Yeah,
So that's the wrong way to think about things. But I mean, that's the way people are nowadays.
yeah, it
How can I
is.
get more money?
Well, after COVID, there was a lot of people who were making more being on unemployment, and so
Hmm.
there was no incentive to go back to work,
Yeah. Yeah, it was
and
funny
that's a
because,
shame.
yeah, I was working an essential job. So I
Me
was
too.
able to continue working,
Me too.
and it was awesome. I had a friend that was no longer working. He was making more than me,
Hmm.
sitting on his butt.
Yep.
I was working my butt off, making less than him.
Right.
And he would brag, yeah, I'm getting this much. I'm like, how the heck can you get that kind of money?
Right. Exactly.
Didn't believe him. He showed me the checks. I'm like, what the heck? How is
Hmm.
this possible? You know, that's the government. That's the government for you. You know, they want to keep you bound, so they'll do what they can to keep you bound. That's why I love seniors.
Yep.
Seniors have the wisdom. They have the
Hmm.
knowledge. Just stop scamming them.
Yes.
They will give you the shirt off your back. I'm sure if I went to Mary, if I was desperate, she
Hmm.
would give me the shirt off her back for me.
Absolutely.
Because that's how back in the day we were. Like if you come to
That's how
me,
I
if
was
you're in need,
raised.
I will give you whatever I can. If
Mhm.
it's feasible to me, you got it.
Right.
They don't do that nowadays.
No.
But they will do anything they can to help you out.
Hmm.
Don't scam them.
Yeah. Shame
If you
on you.
need it, ask.
I've thought that a lot too. When people, I'd have something and somebody would take it, and I'm thinking, stop calling Mary a senior. Aaron, I am a senior. I'm over 60, so I'm considered a senior citizen. Um, I lost my train. Train of thought derailed on this old lady, on this old senior citizen.
Well, see, and just before we came on air, me and Mary was talking, and I was actually like, well, I'm close. It depends to what level you think a senior is.
Hmm.
Some people's definition of a senior, I am a senior. Some people's definition, I'm almost a senior.
Hmm.
According to Marriott Properties, I'm almost a senior. I've got 2 more years.
Hmm.
But according to some, I'm already a senior.
Right.
And some, I've got even a few more years. But I only tell people I'm 25. That's all I am. 25. I stopped aging at 25.
My mom was always the same age as Big Bird. I asked, I remember when I was young, I asked her, Mom, how old are you? I'm the same age as Big Bird. I'm like, I that doesn't sound right, but
Hmm.
okay.
Yep. Now, you say, well, every single year you age. No, every single year I have an anniversary to my 25th birthday.
Right.
So I still celebrate. Now, I
Mhm.
don't tell people when my birthday, like right now, I'll tell you when my birthday is, but as it comes close, I don't tell anybody my birthday
Mhm.
because I don't really celebrate it because I don't age no more. I look at it this way. The funny thing is, um, I was working a job and this girl showed me AARP card with her name, everything like that. You think AARP is for seniors. It's a membership. If you
Yep.
pay the monthly fee, you get it.
Mhm.
I learned that lesson when I ran into this girl. She was 19 years old and had AARP. I'm like, really? Now, when I looked at her, I said, there's no way you're a senior. Let me see your ID. She's like, look, it's the correct name, it's the correct address. This is me. And I was like, how did you get an AARP? And then she explained to me it's only a membership. I didn't believe. So I went on to AARP and seen if there was literally an age requirement. There's not.
Mhm.
Now
I
they
mean, that's
like you to,
literally RP is retired persons.
uh, now they like you to believe that, but they're literally a membership.
Mhm.
So if you pay the fee, you get it. So a lot of businesses, when that started happening, a lot of businesses started saying instead of if you have AARP or AAA, they started saying if you have AAA or you're a senior.
Mhm.
They don't accept the AARP no more, but they do
Yeah.
accept AARP or a senior. Now, the one thing I didn't like about AARP, the person I was talking to you about, they had AARP. They were a senior. They couldn't afford it no more. They got kicked off of AARP. I don't agree with that. If
Right.
you're a thing for seniors, all
Mhm.
seniors should have it. Now, so I have a lot of medical things going on. And I had a medic alert bracelet and necklace. And that way, if something happened, they look at that, they take the number, they throw it in, they know everything. They don't have to worry about what's going on. They can pull all my records instantly. I love that company because now I paid for it, but and Mary can pay for it too, but let's say she can't. They would give it to her anyhow.
Mhm.
Because if you need it, you get it.
Right.
And then they have donors that pay for people that can't afford it.
Mhm.
But the thing is I like companies like that. If you need it, you got it. AARP should be like that. You're a
Yeah.
senior, here you go. Now we ask you for a donation to cover the costs.
Mhm.
If you can't afford it, I understand. But please
Right.
donate to us.
Right.
People that can afford it, they'll give the donation. And
Sure.
people that's like, I want to support the people that can't afford it, I'll give you more.
Right.
They'll be taken care of, but support the seniors. And that's exactly what it's supposed to be, Aaron. American Association of Retired Persons.
That's why I said
But
the
it is a
RP is
membership.
literally retired persons.
Hmm. But it is a membership.
Mhm.
Now, I always thought you had to be 50 years old to get it, which I could literally get it.
Mhm.
But it's literally just a membership.
Mhm.
If you're well, you have to be 18. If you're 18 years old, you can go on their website, you can actually purchase it and pay for it.
Makes me wonder what made that person at that young age decide to go look at that.
Yeah. You know what she told me?
Hmm.
I just want the discounts.
Valid.
Because the AARP discounts are usually the highest discounts you can get
Oh
unless you're
yeah,
an employee.
absolutely.
I was like,
You know what troubles me is I love other cultures who really care for their seniors
"Hmm,
and they cherish that wisdom. We as Americans, in my opinion, don't do that enough.
right.
You know, take that wisdom, use that wisdom, and you're probably going to be better off.
Yeah. Yep. Because, we were created to love and to be loved. When I love on you, Mary, other people are going to love on me.
Hmm.
They're going to take care of me.
Right.
If you focus on other people will focus on you. You're
Yes.
taken care of. You don't have to worry. Support your seniors. And by the way, I'm just going to say this for all the young people out there who took care of you for at least 18 years, because nowadays it's even
Right.
longer, but who took care of you for at least 18 years?
Hmm.
When you get older, don't you think you should be taking care of them?
Yep.
You know, we, I know this person I was talking about the last 5 years of their life, I was there for them, right? So the thing is we were taken care of. Shouldn't we take care of them?
Hmm.
Now, my grandmother, she was the glue to my family. And when she passed away, it was very hard. Our family got broken up.
Yeah.
But when I was teaching her how to use a computer, I told her there's nothing you can do to break it. You'll learn by just trying it. What's the worst that can happen? We format the hard drive, we re-put the operating system on, you'll be good. We can reinstall everything in about 12 hours, you'd have everything going back and running. So you're not going to lose nothing. So, because a lot of people get scared. Well, I don't know how to do this. Well, I've showed you 100 times. And they get scared. It's like, don't worry, just try it. You can't break it. The worst we can do is reinstall it. So don't worry. Well, it'll crash. That's fine. And when it comes back up, it'll be fine. If it doesn't, we reinstall it. Don't stress out. But I used to love all the times when I was working with her. She used to work on computers when she had a job. But when she quit, she lost how to do a computer.
Sure.
And so it was funny because she always told people, you can't break it.
Hmm.
Unless you physically, hit the computer, you can't break it.
Unless you hit any key to continue.
Literally hit. So, it's funny because even the things, and I'm sure, I've done it, and I'm sure you've done it, Mary. I'm sure Aaron's have done it. We have said something younger, and we forgot about it. And then we're
Hmm.
questioning how to do the same thing we used to do.
Hmm.
We all have lived very long lives. We have a lot of information. We can't remember everything from our life. Now, there's some people that are so smart. I love them. 4 o'clock. Wagner's on. You gotta watch Wagner. They're so smart. They can skim through a book. They've already read the whole entire book. They can tell you what they had for dinner 3 years ago. I love people that have a memory like that. I could only dream of having that memory. Now, the average person only uses, I think, 10% of their brain.
Yeah. It's very low.
So if we can use 50%, imagine how smart we would be.
Right.
Seniors have a lot of wisdom. Get that wisdom from them,
Right.
you know? And so as financial coaches, we help them to set things up right. And I know this one that's a senior now, but he was running a business. He was playing the game. I believe he had like $3 million worth of properties, and he was making $1 million a year. He was ahead on all his payments, and the banks called him on the loans. Because as a business, you can do that. You don't have to be
Right.
behind to get called on.
Right.
But he's like, why do we have this young guy with so much money? So they called him. So he went belly up.
Hmm.
So he found a way so that that would never happen to him again. Then, not only with him, he's a senior now, but because he did it, his kids learned. And he's got more money than you can even think. And yeah, it goes to his kids. His kids don't even need it because his kids all have more money than you can think.
Right.
So he's got so much money that it could be passed down and passed down and passed down. But because they all have the information, none of them need it. How powerful is that? Now you said it yourself, Mary. You've learned the
Mhm.
system. You know how to do it. It's an awesome, great way. It's changed your life. While it was changing your life, it changed your kid's life.
Yeah, they saw
So,
what we were living.
so I mean, without giving exact facts, but you pass away, you have millions of dollars to give. They won't need it
Yep.
because they'll have their own money too.
Hmm.
And because they're living it, their kids will do the same, passed on from generation to generation to
Right.
generation.
Right.
So the money can actually be used for good purposes, whatever
Hmm.
it may be.
Yeah. Right.
Help other people out. We got to support our seniors, whether it's Aaron, whether it's me, whether it's Mary. I had to kind of like broaden it since, you don't want me to say Mary's a senior.
He's a senior.
I
It's
mean,
called a
I claim
struggle.
that I'm not, but Mary claims she is. So,
I don't care. It's just a number.
yeah, you know. And I look at it this way. We live forever. I don't care where you're going. I'm not talking about that. But we live forever.
Right.
10,000 years from now, what are you going to do? Say, oh, I'm 9,362 years old? Or even better yet, I'm 1,282,632 years? Are you really going to say that? No.
Nope.
Age doesn't matter.
Nope.
The only thing that matters is you. And let me put it this way. I know two seniors, same exact age. One was very slow moving, having issues,
Mhm.
a lot of health issues, a lot of everything issues. Another one, the exact same age, very energetic, walked miles and miles and miles every single day. Well, everybody deteriorates different ages, and that they were probably just young. 63 years old, and they were walking like you never believed. Now, in reality, one lived in one state, one lived in New York where they had no cars. You had to walk everywhere.
Walked. Yeah.
So that's why she was very fit. No matter how old she was, she kept
Right.
moving.
Yeah. That's important.
So the key thing is like you need to keep moving. Well, I can't because I'm limited. Yeah? Where are you limited? What's
Mhm.
literally your limitations? Because I know people that's limited. They can't move. They can't do anything from the legs down. So I do know that upper torso twists, there's other things you can do. You can do your upper body strength. Your
Mhm.
core is important to keep your body moving. You got to keep your heart going. As long as you keep your heart active, you will be active. You don't have to walk, but you do have to keep moving. You can give me excuses, and I can show you a way out. And any coach can do that. Or I know a lot of people that shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but they're like pushing through no matter what. Push through whatever you got. I know
Right.
several people that when they actually talk to you, you're like, what, you're going through that? You're going through that? Really? Wow.
Hmm.
You don't realize half of what the go getters are going through because they don't focus on that. They keep going and getting.
Right.
You get with a coach, Mary, Aaron, myself, we can push you that way because that's what we do.
Hmm.
We get you past your comfort zone and a little bit more
Yep.
because that's where true results happen. Like the military, you know, you keep going. You know you're limited. You don't even know your limitations because you keep going.
Right.
And that's where the biggest key is. I know I've been doing most of the talking. I can go on this for like years because I really support my seniors. Um, they have given me a lot of education. I love to go to senior centers, um,
Hmm.
to hang out with seniors, play cards, play chess. Matter of fact, and I'm going to say this, not to boast, but I'm really good at chess. I'm really good. Okay. I used to play chess tournaments. I was playing with this one kid. Have a good one, Aaron. I'll see you next time. And worked with them, actually trained them on how to play and stuff like that. They actually got very good. Great. That's exactly how I became good. When I was learning how to play chess, I took the best chess player there was and I played him. Everybody said I was a fool, and I kept playing him. And then all of a sudden, I started beating him. And then I started beating him more. And then about half the time. Then he introduced me to tournament chess. Well, at this point, nobody else would play me. Wait, before you said I was a fool, now you're afraid to play me. Well, the reason I say that is I trained this one kid how to play, and he actually got very well. This other guy came to play chess. He's not trying to learn. It's a different attitude. He's a senior.
Mm.
He just wants to have fun. So I played him. Now, I did a couple moves, definitely shown that I'm very good, but I gave him pieces. Very early, every single time, I would give him my queen. And I would make stupid moves. And I would play. Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Put him. One time, my queen was in a place to be taken. 3 different times he could have taken. I left it there. Oh, I didn't see that, and I still moved a different piece. I waited for him to take the queen. Now, when I play chess, my knight's my most valuable piece, anyhow, not my queen.
Right.
But I pretty much let him win because it wasn't about who wins or loses. It was more, to him, it was more about the time.
Mm. Yeah.
I had to do something else, so I had stepped away, and this kid played him and just whomped him. Like, and then he was like, "Man, I can't play chess with you." I was like, "You don't do that, not to him. He's not in it to win. He's just in it to
Right.
have fun."
Right. He just wants the camaraderie.
So I was like, "You just cremated him." Now, when we're younger, we don't have the same
Mm.
mindset. We just
No.
have the mindset of, "I got to win,"
Right.
and that's a good mindset to have
Mhm.
because it's not about participation. It's about competitive.
Sure.
But there's times that you don't need to be competitive.
Right.
2 times. When you have wee little kids, because the kids always have to win, so you let them win. Or you have the seniors that just want to interact. They don't
Right.
really even care about the game. They just want
Right.
to interact with you.
Hmm.
Those are the two people, you let them win, right? It's not about who wins or loses. Let me ask you a question. Mary, let's say we played whatever game, spades, euchre, whatever. A month from now, who won how many games?
Couldn't tell you.
Who cares?
Right.
Let's play
Exactly.
some more,
Right.
right? Matter of fact,
Hmm.
a week ago, who won how many games? We don't care.
Right. Right.
We
Yeah,
keep
sure.
track that day,
Hmm.
bragging rights for that day. Hey, I beat you
Right.
3 times, you beat me four, whatever.
Right.
Bragging rights. But the next
Hmm.
day, we don't even remember. We don't even care.
Nope.
Because it's not about wins or losses, it's about the time you spend. Seniors have that concept. They love you.
Hmm.
They want time with you, whatever it is. My
A
grandmother,
lot of seniors say, I don't want gifts. I want to spend time with you.
mhm,
And that to them is more valuable than stuff.
yeah, because they know they're not going to be here much longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the stuff going to do?
Yeah.
But
People
every
ask me,
moment
what's
they
your favorite
spend
thing to
with you,
do? Yeah. Yeah.
mhm.
Exactly.
This person I was talking about, when I had gone to, do their funeral, everything like that, and some other people, They told me how much this person felt about me and how cherished they were of the
Mhm.
time that I had spent with them. And I was like, how did you even know? Because I wasn't out there telling people. I was there helping them. I was with them,
Mhm.
but I wasn't using it as a bragging thing. I never spoke it.
Right.
Other people spoke it because she was talking to other people.
He was talking, yeah.
You know, we love people, even me. I love the time I get to hang out with people. That's why I have the best job in the world. I love being a coach. Why? I get paid to talk to people.
Right. Right.
And I joke around all the time. I get paid to yell at people. Not really, because we don't really yell,
Right.
but, it's just a philosophy, right?
Mhm.
That's the key. People love people.
Yep.
So
Yep.
let me
Cherish
ask
the people.
you a question.
Okay.
Not you, but I mean the audience. How much time are you spending with your seniors? With your mother, with your grandmother, with your father, with your grandfather? What kind of stories are you getting from them? Is it more about them or is it more about you? Really think about that for a moment. And then, once you think about that, I challenge you. How much more time can you spend with them? How much more can you give to them? If they're your mother or father, they gave you 19 years or
Mhm.
more. How much time can you give to them? So, with that being said, there's a few things I want to mention. We have a great community on Fridays that we wish all of you to come. It's a release. Now, there's going to be
Mhm.
some changes. We're going to be adding a few things because we want to do some accountability and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But we wanted a place where you just can get stuff off your chest, just a
Decompression.
relaxation.
Mhm.
It's purposely on Friday so that you can, your long week, relieve the stuff so that you can enjoy the weekend, so that you can start the new week fresh. That's why it's purposely on Friday.
Right.
Now the link is in the description below. It is at 2:30 Eastern time on Fridays, 1:30 Central.
Mhm.
Make sure you join.
All the cool people are there. Just
Yeah,
saying.
all the cool people, and if you want to be cool, you'll show up and you'll be cool too.
Right. All right.
Then another thing too is I'm going to mention about a really cool program. I kind of mentioned it earlier. An awesome CRM that has everything.
Great, Sarah.
Social media posting ahead of time. All your social medias at the same time.
Yep.
Your CRM, everything's kept in one place. You can get the core package with everything on the core, and then you just build everything you want. You can get the store built for you, or you can get the AI employee, which handles everything for you. Your AI employee will do everything for you, answer reviews, all that kind of stuff. It's a real cool system. Links in the description below.
Very cool system.
Now, Mary,
Yes.
did you have anything to say, mention?
I think the only thing that I would say is what we've been talking about. Cherish your seniors. And seniors, beware. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. And check things out.
Yeah, that's powerful. A good rule I love to say, and you set your own figure, so don't count what I say as far as the figure wise. If it's over $100,
Mhm.
3 days.
Right.
If it's over $50, 50 to 100, 1 day. If it's
Right.
under $50, no problem. If I have the money, I'll spend it.
Mhm.
Have that general rule because scammers will always be way over.
Right, right.
Don't do anything fast. We love you. It's only because of you that we're here. It's only because of us our kids will be here. It's only because of them their kids will be here. So we have to support the ones with the wisdom. And on that note, we love you all. This was exciting. I had a lot of fun. What about you, Mary?
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll see you next time, the same channel next week.
Bye, y'all.